Okay, so the third question, which of the following is a direct function carried out as part of memory management in operating system? Releasing memory when a task is completed, accessing the hard disk, organizing files in a folder, managing devices. Now they are asking which is a direct function carried out as a part of memory management. Now that you should be very careful when you are dealing with that. Right, so it's about the memory, right? So this is what you are going to managing device is a function of an operating system, but it is not happens regarding the memory management, right? So this is, so because of that, this is not going to be an answer for this particular question. Organizing files in a folder, it is again a function of an operating system, but not a type of the memory management. Accessing hard disk is again function of the operating system for some reason. So like in some particular, when it is referring some particular programs, but not a memory management technique. And the correct answer is going to be the first one, releasing memory when a task is completed. All right. So let's confirm with the marking scheme as well. Yeah, for the third one, it's a first answer. Yeah, there comes to the fourth one. Which of the following is approximately equivalent to 1 terabyte? 1 terabyte. Now, 1 terabyte. Now, how we are going to, yeah, some of my questions are not that clear. It's 10 to the power, right? Yeah, hold on. Let me look as well. I'm sorry that the paper is not that clear. Yeah, so they are talking about 10 to the powers. Yes. Now when it comes to the yeah, so it says which of the following is approximately equal to the 1 terabyte. Now, how the hierarchy goes on? It's starting from the bit, goes for the byte, then kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, and terabytes. Right? So, like in simple terms, it's 1024 byte equals to 1 kilobyte. 1024 kilobytes equals to 1 megabyte. 1024 megabytes equals to 1 gigabyte. 1024 gigabytes equals to 1 terabyte. Now 1024 can be written as 2 to the power 10s. But here, the deal goes with 10 to the powers. Now that means they have considered 1024 is approximately equals to 1000. Right? So if we write this in 10 to the powers, like this is kind of 10 to the power 3, which means 1000. Right? It's 10 to the power 3. This is 10 to the power 3 as well as 10 to the power 3. Right? So it's an approximate one. Right? So now when it comes to the 1 terabyte, so that gives you 1 terabyte is equals 10 to the power 3 gigabytes. But 10 to the power 3 gigabytes are not over here. Right? So if a 1 terabyte is going to be written in megabytes, that means you have to consider about this 10 to the power 3 as well. That means 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power 3 megabytes will equals to 1 terabyte. That means 10 to the power 6 megabytes is going to become the equivalent of the 1 terabyte, right? So on that basis, first one is going to be the answer. All right, so for the fourth one, yeah, first one is the answer. Is that clear, everyone? How the 10 to the power is involved? Yes, people? Okay, great. Yeah, Minul, that of course I have to check, but like send me the question number, Minul, so I'll go through, right? Okay, so then the ninth one. Consider the following statements related to a table created using word processing software. It is possible to format the text in a table. It is possible to format the text in a table. Yes, it is possible. Words in a column of a table can be arranged in alphabetical order. Words in the column of a table can be arranged in alphabetical order. Yes, there is sorting facility as well. So it is possible. Numbers in a column of a table can be added together. Definitely that cannot be done because it is there to be done by the Excel. So first one is going to be the answer. So what's the problem? Yes, to do it. Sorry for that, people. So it's the first one, and in the marking scheme, they have considered the fourth one as well. I don't know why they have gone with the fourth one, all A, B, and C. If it is correct, then B and C is also should be correct. So yeah. No, people, for the ninth one, if the marking scheme says the first and the fourth, obviously the other two should be correct as well. Right? So yeah, so either you can go with like what my answer is, first one only, right? Take the first one only, right? Yeah, sorry, some disturbance are there from my little one Zuzu. Okay, so here comes the 16th. So for the 9th one, take first one as the answer, right? So the 16th, testing phase of system development life cycle includes the following activities: acceptance testing, integration testing, system testing, and unit testing. Yeah, so they're asking you to what is the correct testing order of the above activities. So unit testing happens first, then the integration testing is going to happen, then the system testing is going to happen, and then the acceptance testing is going to happen. Right? So we can go with D, B, C, and A. So starting from D, this is going to be the answer: D, B, C, and A. So for the 16th one, 4th one is the answer. 17th. There is a suggestion to introduce a new online system to replace the current manual system to apply. There is a suggestion to introduce a new online system to replace the current manual system to apply for re-scrutiny of results of GCE O-level examination. Consider the following statement related to this suggestion. Statement A, they are asking the valid statement, right? The proposed system The statement A says the proposed system will improve the efficiency of the re-scrutiny process. The proposed system will improve the efficiency of the re-scrutiny process. Have they said anything to be increase the efficiency? There's a suggestion to introduce a new online system to replace the current manual system to apply re-scrutiny of the results. Yeah. Now, so we have to suggest the proposed system will improve the efficiency of the re-scrutiny process. Yeah. Now it's like this. If it is going to be an online system, everyone is going to give their feedbacks or give the application of the re-scrutiny through the online. So the details will be flow in an efficient manner, right? Because everyone is submitting the details in a faster manner than the previous. Like if it comes to the previous part or like the manual part, every student need to come to the school and select this particular re-scrutiny application or some kind of things. So then they have to send it. So likewise, things will be there. It will consume some time. So when it becomes online, it will definitely save some time. That means it will make the task or the procedure faster. That means it can lead to efficiency, increase of efficiency. So first one can be taken as a correct one. The proposed system will improve the accuracy of the outcome of the re-scrutiny process. Yeah, for the outcome, since the validation techniques can be used through a particular system, so the mistakes can be minimized. So that means minimizing mistakes will improve the accuracy, right? So that can also be taken as a corrected statement. And for C, the proposed system will have negative impact on the candidates who do not have access to the internet. Right? So part C is going to give you a correct one as well, because if the internet is not there, it will definitely going to give a negative impact of the candidates who does not have internet, because if it is an online system, we need internet to input the data or like enter the data. So if internet is not there, it's going to impact negatively. So this can also be taken as a correct one. So we can go for all A, B, and C. All right, so let's check the 16th and 17th. Yeah, 16, they are saying it's the fourth one. So it's correct. 17, they are came up with a different one. 17, 2. Why it's going to be the second one, A and C. B is what? The proposed system will improve the accuracy of the outcome of the re-scrutiny process. Yeah, now you can't argue like how it is going to be. So we can't say no, no people. Yeah, people, sorry for the disturbance today. So we can't say that the part B is totally incorrect one, people. So like according to me, all the answers can take as a correct one. No, Minul, like you arguing the fact, we can argue there can be a lot of validation techniques that we can use through a system. So manual errors can be mitigated using a computerized one. Right, so it can be argued to the both the manners. Right, so no one can say it is totally inaccurate or totally accurate. Right, so there are points for us to argue for improvement of the accuracy, as well as there can be points for us to argue to disimprove or like the to not be improved the accuracy. So like I don't know, it's not a fair answer like if it says A and C, right? So either it should be given both the second and the fourth, because B has a 50-50% chance. So on my opinion, we can take all things are like as correct statement. Okay, so for the 17th one, so people, you can go with the second as well as the fourth, right? '18th, which of the following shows the file format of an image files only? So DOCX is a word processing software extension. MP3 is a audio file extension. So first one disqualifies. Here, now even though you don't know about RAW, here in the second one, MP3 is an audio file one, so not the second one. And the fourth one, PPTX, is the presentation software extension, so it is not the correct one. So it is obvious that we can go for the third. All right. So, no. Right. So the 18th, it's a third one that is going to be the answer. So the 19th, consider the following HTML code segment. And they are talking about the output, right? Output of the following HTML code would be. So you can see the DL is used over here, which stands for definition list. And first one is definition title. And these two are definition descriptions. So government schools in Sri Lanka, it should be on some particular alignment. And the national schools, provincial school thing should be indented like this, right? Because it is the definition description. So this is the definition title. He's doing a class, so don't talk. These will get disturbed. Huh? Right. You go to the table and play. You go to the. Because I like this pen. Okay. No. So definitely it's not going to get Roman numbers 1 and 2, not the Hindu-Arabian numbers, not the bullets as well. So definitely the first one is going to be the answer. Right? So for 19th, first one is the answer. So 20th, consider the following software: simple text editor, word processing software, web authoring software. Which of the above software or softwares can be used to create HTML documents? So yeah, text editor, we can use any text editor to code HTML file. So word processing software is also a text editor. So it is possible as well. Web authoring softwares like Dreamweaver and all these things, yes, of course, we can use that. So everything can be used. So the fourth one. Right, so the 20th, it's going to be the 4th. Okay, people, please confirm, is it clear up to this point? Right, great. So let's go to the 21st. According to the survey conducted by the Department of Census and the Statistics in 2015, the computer literacy rate of Sri Lanka is 26.8. It is assumed that the digital divide is one reason for the low computer literacy rate. Consider the following suggestions, and they are asking the relevant suggestion or suggestion which will contribute to reduce the digital divide. Arrange loan facilities at low interest rates for the households of low income category to buy computer. Yeah, so it will help the people to buy a computer for a lower price or with a good financial benefit, since they are given a loan facility. So people who do not have enough money or sufficient money will tend to buy the computers using the loan facility. So it will reduce the digital divideness. Improve computing and internet facilities in rural areas where such facilities are inadequate. Yeah, so inadequate places, that means not sufficient facilities. If we improve those facilities, like the signal strength, the Wi-Fi hotspots, or like the computer centers kind of places. So again, the people who are learning the ICT will be increased. So definitely, this is going to be a correct answer as well. Part C, provide more scholarship for the children who succeed in grade 5 scholarship examination. Now, it is not directly, it will reduce things remotely, but not a very direct effect can be given by that, right? But like having a grade 5 scholarship will move a particular student from a school which does not have the ICT facilities to a school which has ICT facilities. So it will help that student to, or that it will help to reduce the digital divideness, but it is not a direct way of doing it, right? So it is not that suitable. So we can go with A and B only. Let me check the answer for that. Yes, for 21st, it's the third one. Okay, so the 22nd, which of the following is not essential to host a website? Not essential, right? So there should be a website content. This is essential. An IP address, that is essential, because without an IP address, we won't be able to launch a particular website. Web server, it is essential. And web browser, now for hosting, actually for hosting purposes, the hosting facilities are done as an online service. So anyway, at some point we use web browser, but generally we are not that much narrow into that particular place. Like web browser, we generally use to retrieve a website, not to host it, right? So that means we can set up a server without the help of a browser. There are ways that we can access the server through the online manner as well. That means it needs a browser, but it is not essential, right? So the 22nd, first one should be the answer. Yeah, first one should be the answer. So the 24th, while typing an email to one of his friends, Ranjan accidentally closed the email application. In which folder of his email account will be finding unfinished email? Yeah, so if you close an email in between where you are completing it, or in between when you are composing it, it will go to the draft, right? So later you can open it and complete it and send it again, right? So until it is being completed, it will be in the draft folder, right? So the 24th, the first one. So the 27th, what tool in electronic presentation software can be used to change the style of a slide from style 1 to style 2? Yeah, so this is regarding the layout, changing the layout of a slide, right? First one is the title and the content. Second style is title and 2 contents. So it is the layout which is being changed. So the third one, right? So slide designs will give you some particular nice design to apply. Slide sorter will help you to arrange the things in a proper order. The slide view, it is the view that we are working with when we are building a presentation. So 27th, the third one should be the answer. 29th, which of the following shows data transfer speed of secondary storage device arranged in an ascending order? Yeah. So it has solid state drive, magnetic hard drive, floppy disk, and DVD drive. So they are asking it according to the ascending order. So the slowest access is there with the floppy disk drive, right? So first one is disqualifies, fourth one is disqualifies, right? So magnetic hard drive is there, DVD drive is there. So after the floppy disk drive, it is going to be the DVD drive, which has the next fastest. So floppy disk is the slowest, DVD is faster than that. Magnetic hard disk is faster than the DVD as well. Solid state is the fastest, right? So the third one is going to be the answer, right? So 29, yeah, third one is the answer. So 31, yeah, people, how about up to this point? Is it clear? We are moving to the 31st question. Any particular question to be discussed other than the question that we have discussed so far? Is it clear? '26th. Okay, Onedra. I will go for the 26th as well. Yeah, the cell A3 contains, A3 means this. Formula equals sum $A1 colon A2. Which of the following will appear in cell B3 if the formula is copied to cell B3? So this contains sum $A1 colon A2. So $A1 means this particular one. And since dollar sign is there, A is not going to change. Now, what they are asking is they are going to copy this into the B3 cell, that means over here. So when we are copying the contents from the A1 to A3 to B3, so column is being changed. So the letter is going to be changed. Since it is in the same row, number is not going to change. So equal sum will be there. $A is going to be $A always because it's not going to change. 1 is not going to change because it is in the same row. Colon, the next A will be changed. A will become B. 2 will be 2 always. So in the B3, you are going to see the answer of $A1 colon B2. So $A1 means this. B2 is this. So they are giving the range. That means this total thing is going to be add up. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 5 is 12. So the answer is going to be the fourth one. Onitra, is that clear? All right, great. So moving to the 31st. Consider the following statements. A student obtained medical service from a doctor by contacting him over the telephone. An automated system based on the humidity and temperature releases water to plants in a greenhouse. A teacher purchases a book which is not available in Sri Lanka from an online bookshop. Which of the above use information and communication technology effectively? Now, it seems to be everything is doing, right? A student obtained medical advices from a doctor by contacting him over the telephone. So it's information and communication technology here. Since it is from the telephone, that will make a difference because since the telephone is there, it's not going to be a part of telemedicine because it's only the voice that is being involved, right? So yeah, there is a chance of being incorrect, this particular statement. Automated system based on humidity and temperature release the water on the plants in the greenhouse, definitely a correct one. Teacher purchases a book is not available in Sri Lanka from online bookshop, definitely that. So B and C must be in the answers. So yeah, it's kind of being the third one, the correct answer. 31st? Yeah, the third one, yes. Here the matter goes with the telephone, right? So if it says like over a video conferencing tool, or like a student obtain medical advice from a doctor by contacting him over a video conference, so definitely it's going to be the application of ICT effectively. So the third one is going to be the answer. It's a little bit tricky, but you should go to that point. 32nd, consider the following statement. So they are asking about the correct statement. It is suitable to dispose electronic waste such as unusable mobile phones and CRT monitors with household garbage such as food leftovers. No, definitely incorrect, because it contains a lot of waste which is not good for the environment. So it needs to be like handled. The waste should be carefully handled, right? We can't mix those waste with the food waste or any other waste. So as the electronic waste or like the e-waste, we have to properly dump them with some particular way. Either we have to hand that over to a e-waste recycling place, or we have to use the other R's like the reuse or reduce methods to manage that. It is not illegal for multiple users to use software in a desktop computer which has a single user license. It is illegal because it's only given for a single user, right? So you can't say it is not illegal. Are they saying it is not? It is being used in different computers. It is not illegal for multiple users to use a software in a desktop computer which has a single user license. Now, yeah, now this is, there is a conflicting point, like multiple users to use a software. Now, using the software, if they are saying the software is one particular computer, multiple users are referring that particular computer, so it is not illegal because software is in one particular computer. But if they are talking about having the software in different type of computers, so that those computers are using by different number of users, so then it is going to be an illegal one. Yeah. So let's get it in the meaning that the software is in one particular computer and that computer is being used by many different users. So then, of course, it is not illegal because no one is going to use the software in a different computer. They are talking about the same computer, right? So we can consider it as a correct one. When a firewall is installed in a computer network, users do not require to use password to protect their files with confidential data. No, user does requires, because firewall can prevent the unauthorized users being access to the network, but that does not mean everyone is going to access to the network through the firewall. Someone can physically come to the, or like someone can unauthorizedly visit to the physical place and access the computer. So firewall can do nothing on those kind of situations. So it seems to be B only for 32nd. Yeah, the second one is the answer. So the 35th, consider the following statement relating to digital images. Digital images are created with pixels. Yeah, that is correct. Image file size increases when a resolution of an image increases. It is because resolution means how many pixels are there inside the picture. It generally says how much of width in pixel and how much of height in pixel. So increase of pixels will increase the quality of the image as well as it will increase the capacity of the picture. Resolution of an image can be measured with pixels per inch, PPI, pixels per inch. Now that's of course pixels per inch. That of course I have to refer pixels per inch. Hold on, people. I just lost that point. Let me check it from your textbook. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. To determine the quality of the graphic, the number of pixels per inch used, also the number of dots per inch used. Yes, DPI and PPI. Yes, that's a correct one, people. So that's a correct one. So everything is correct. 35th, the fourth one is going to be the answer. Yeah. So the 36th, consider the following Pascal program. What is the correct output when the above program is executed? So yes, the program repetition input output. So the name of the program is repetition. So they have taken a variable called x, which is an integer variable. So they begin, first they have given a 1 to the variable x, right? Then repeat and until structure is used. So when it comes to the repeat until, when this particular condition is false, then this will repeat. So it will execute these two lines for the very first time anyway. Then the condition is checked. If it is incorrect, then these two statements are going to repeat again. So x is 1, so it will write x, right? So your computer will display 1. And remember, it is write, not write ln. So there are difference between write and write ln. Write will write the things in a horizontal manner. Write ln will write something and move the cursor to the next line. So definitely your output is not going to be one after the other. So the first one is cancelled. The third one is cancelled due to that reason. And yeah, people, if it is close, I will be there in the meeting soon. I didn't capture my battery was so low, right? So I guess it's not going to be a problem. Yeah. So then the one will be in your display or the output. So this is my output. So 1 is displayed. Then the condition is checked until x equals 3. X is not equal to 3. So this is going to happen again, right? I'm sorry, I didn't increase the x. Let me do it from the beginning. So x equals 1. So it is 1. Repeat, write x. So the value of x is 1. It will be written. X increased by 1. So 1 will become 2. This one will become 2. Then it checks the condition. X equals 3. X is not equals 3. That means this happens again. So 2 will be written. 2 is going to be written like this, not 1 after the, because it is right that they are using. So this is going to happen. This becomes 3. Then it checks again. X equals 3. Now X is equals to 3. So it's going to the end. So yeah, output is going to be 1 and 2, which is going to be the second answer. So for 36, yeah, it's the second answer. People, is that clear? Yes, everyone, is that clear? Right, great, great. Okay, 37th, consider the following pseudocode with label X to calculate the sum of numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, for the above mentioned pseudocode, what is the correct condition that matches with the label X? So it is again talking about an until. So we know repeat until works when the condition is false. So they start sum as 0, num as 0. So these two statements. Then repeat num equals num plus 1. That means this becomes 1. Sum equals sum plus num. That means 0 plus 1 will give you 1. Then you should check whether this number, if we check whether the number is less than 100, it's going to be a correct answer. That means correct condition. That means that condition is going to provide you a true, not a false. Because your number is 1. So number less than 100 is going to provide you true. But for this particular structure to be repeated, it should be false. This condition should give you a false. So it's not going to be this. And the same thing goes with this. It's going to give you true. So not this as well. So either the third or the fourth, it's going to be. Onetra, okay, dua, right, okay. So the third or the fourth are going to be the answer. Now we have to figure out until when this is going to be iterated or repeated, right? So if we check this again with the num larger than 100, let's assume this is going to be the condition as X. So they check whether num is larger than 100. So it is not. Num is increased by 1. So 1 will become 2. Sum is, add by the num. So 1 plus 2 is going to be 3. Right? So, so it's taking sum of numbers. So when the number becomes 2, 2 will add to the sum, right? So that means number is increased, then added to the sum. So once this is reached to the 100, that 100 is going to added to the sum. Right? So that means here at the very last part, number is increased to 100, and here 100 is added to the sum. So that means our work is done. So then we should not continue. So if this condition is there, it checks whether the number is larger than 0. So now the number's value is 100 equals 0. So then what is going to happen is number larger than 0 is going to give you a false still. Again, when may point එකේදී number එක 100 වුණාමත් condition එක false කියලා දෙනවා number larger than 100 තිබ්බනම්. That means it goes up again and try to execute these two. So num will become 101 and 101 will be added to the sum, which is going to give you an incorrect answer. So because of that, third one cannot be taken as the answer. So it's going to be the fourth one. Right, so the 37th, it's the fourth one, the answer. Is that clear, everyone? Yes, everyone, is that clear? Yes, people, is that clear? All right, all right. So the 40th, consider the following pseudocode segment. How many times will the hello be displayed above pseudocode is executed? So let's hand trace it and see. So count is given the value 0. It's going to repeat. So it says display hello. So the output, so hello will be displayed by this, and count will be increased by 1. Then it checks count is larger than 4. Count is not larger than 4. So this is wrong. Due to that, this will happen. So another hello happens and count increased by 1. 2. Still the condition is false. And again, hello will be printed. And count will be increased by 1. That means 3. Still, the condition is false. So hello will be printed. And the count increased by 1. That means 4. Here it checks count is larger than 4. 4 is not larger than 4. So still the condition is false. Then hello prints. And count will become 5. Right? So then the condition is true now. So it's not going to happen. It comes to the while then after. So it is asking whether while count is larger than 4. Of course, count is larger than 4 because count is 5 now. So this is true. And it says display hello. So hello will be displayed again. And count will be reduced by 1. So 5 become 4. And since this is the last line of the while, it goes and checks the condition again, whether count is larger than 4. Now count is larger than 4, which is not a correct one, which is an incorrect one. So if it is incorrect, it will end the while. That means it will end the program. So how many times we had the hello? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the answer is going to be the third one. So for the 40th, it's the third one, the answer. Yes, people, is that clear? Okay, great. So see how much you got out of 40 and let me know the marks as well. Meanwhile, I'm going to take the second paper. And if you got any other questions to be discussed out of these 40 questions, let me know. Then I can discuss this. Isandi, that's a good mark. Keep it up. Januli, okay, you are just there, right? It is good, Dua, no problem. But try to pass the 35, you are one step behind. Seran, that's a very good mark. Keep it up. Dulagi, that's a very good mark. Keep it up. Okay. Right, let's go with the first question of the second paper. So here it says, convert the hexadecimal E9 to the equivalent octal number. Show the relevant step. Yeah, so hexadecimal E9. How we are going to convert the hexadecimal E9? So we are going to convert this into the octal. There is no one-step conversion kind of things. So the ways that you can go, hexadecimal can be converted into a decimal and can be converted into the octal. Or else you can take hexadecimal can be converted into the binary and can be converted into the octal. The second part, converting into a binary and converting it to the octal, will be a much easier one, right? So I'll do this in both the ways, right? E9, it is an hexadecimal one. So this has 16 to the power 0 and 16 to the power 1, the place values. So E means 14. 16 to the power 0 means 1. 16 to the power 1 is 16. So 16 into 14. And what? 1 into 9. Right? So 16 into 14 means 64. 6 is remaining. 22. 224 plus 9. It's going to give you 233. Right? So this is in decimal. So if you are converting this into the octal, 233 will be divided by 8. So 273, it's 9, 1 is remaining. Again by 8, 3 and 5 are remaining. So it's going to be 351 in octal. So in the second method, E can be written as, so E means 14. 14 can be written as 8 plus 4 plus 2. Like this in binary. 9 can be written as 1, 0, 0, 1. And then I'm going to divide this by to the group of 3's. which is going to give me 1 over here, 5 over here, 3 over here, 351. So the same answer. All right, so in any form, you are going to receive the answer 351 as an octal value. So how the marking went. So yes. Yeah, so convert to binary, correct answer, total 2 marks, or convert to decimal and correct answer, again 2 marks. All right, so you are going to receive 2 marks for your for the steps that you have followed. So in the second question, what they are asking is, yeah, is this calculation clear to you all, everyone? Is it clear? Yes, everyone, is that clear? Okay, so the second one is asking, consider the following logic circuit diagram. Present the equivalent Boolean expression for the above logic circuit. Yeah, now that's quite simple. This is going to give you P plus Q. And this is going to give you P dot Q's total bar. So R is going to be P plus Q dot right. So this is going to be P dot Q's total bar. Right. We'll refer it from the marking scheme as well. Yeah, there are different ways that they have given you. So somehow all the things indicates the same thing. So for any version of this, you are going to take 2 marks. So the third part, a company uses its own file server to store electronic documents, spreadsheets, and images. In order to reduce the cost, it decides to store these files in a cloud-based drive. So instead of putting things on a cloud-based drive, they are going to keep it in a file server. And again, file server is a particular server which helps to store data. But when it comes to the file server, the access to it is limited, unlike the cloud service. Only the permitted people will be given the chance. When it is in the cloud, it is very easy for us to add people to refer that and share it with lots of people around the world. When it comes to the server, it will only be able to share with the people who are using that particular network, not the other people around the world. Right, very good. Tomorrow. Yeah. Can I see that? Can I see that? Can I see that? Yes. Sure. Well, this. Right. So this write down one benefit of using cloud-based drive in addition to reduce the cost. Yeah, you can go with these kind of answers, people. Better or improved performance, fewer maintenance issues, higher reliabilities, better security, anywhere, anytime access. So any particular thing will give a 1 mark for that. Right. And then if you got any alternative answers, just let me know, people. Binadi, unlimited storage space. it's better you go with don't go with the unlimited one, Dua. It's better you say it is easy to increase or improve. It is easy to increase the storage. All right, we can't say unlimited though, because there will always be a limit. Very good, Susu. That's very nice.
That one was today and this one was tomorrow.
Vinadi, just get marks just for the moment, but remember not to go with the unlimited word, right? Okay. And the next question, the B part, it is asking write down one disadvantage of using the cloud-based drive. So the disadvantage is this. It needs a constant internet connection required. Without an internet connection, we won't be able to access the cloud-based services. Unlike a server, server does not need to have an internet connection since it is in the same network. Good internet connection required. You can write it on that as well. Depend on third party because cloud is maintained by a third party. Security issues, it can argue to the both ways. We can say as a benefit also, we can argue that there are better security than the local server. And again, we can say since it is done by the third party, there can be security issues as well as privacy issues. Saran, third party means it's like this. It's in simple terms. If I am running a company, if I am purchasing a cloud-based storage, I need to purchase it from the Google or some particular cloud storage providing people, right? Which is going to be an external party, right? For any particular company or an organization, or there are always partners. So like there are two people, third party කියලා කියන්නේ වෙනත් පාර්ශවයක් කියන එක. තුන්වෙනි පාර්ශවයක් කියන එක. Yeah. Yes, Saran. Like all the parties going beyond the organizational boundary are considered as third party. All right. Right. So because any particular transaction, there will be always two parties, the one who is doing and one who is receiving. So the one who is externally involved with it is going to be a third party. All right, so 1 mark for that as well. So likewise, for the third part, it's going to be 2 marks. And yeah, the fourth one, Geeta uses an automated teller machine to withdraw money from the bank account. First, she inserts the ATM card into the machine. So they are asking a very famous question. They are asking you to track down the inputs, process, and the output of this. So they are asking you to write only one example, right? So regarding inputs, we can say ATM card is going to be an input. Secret PIN code, she enters the secret PIN code is going to be an input. And she enters the amount of money, and amount of money is going to be an input. Then when it comes to the processing, system checks the balance available. Checks the balance available is going to be a process. And dispense money as the balance available in her account. Dispensing money is going to be an output. Yes, so it says dispense money as the balance available in her account is more than the amount of the money Geeta wants to withdraw. At the same time, the system updates. Here comes another process. Updates the balance available by deducting the amount of money. So we can write it together. Updates the balance available by deducting the amount of money dispensed. So that can be taken as a process, and as an output, dispensing money. right? So those kind of things can be taken as the answer. I'll go with the marking scheme. So input, PIN number, amount, withdraw, card details, any one of those. Process, update in account, compare, check amount and balance, validate PIN. Output, the account balance, cash, money, the receipt and the card. Yeah. So they have assumed some other outputs as well. So yeah, so you can go with this. So if everything is correct, then you only need one out of these things, one input, one process and one output. So if all three are correct, then 2 marks, only 2 1 marks, only one 0.5. So the fourth one, no, the fifth one, yeah, the first column in the following table shows activities related to different device indicated by letter A to D. The second column shows the port required to connect these devices. So yeah, identify the correct port. Yes, selecting a menu option using optical mouse. Yeah, optical mouse, of course, that can go with the USB. Listening to a song using headphones, audio port can be taken. This goes with B. Accessing the internet through a local area network, the LAN, goes with this RJ45. Show the video clip with multimedia projector, the HDMI port. This goes with D. All right, write down the letter for the activity and the relevant port in your answer book. So A, USB, B, audio port, C, RJ45, and D, HDMI. Yeah, it goes the same way. So if everything is correct, 0.5 for each and every answer. So 2 marks will be given. Yes, now here, now you should follow the instructions that they have given. මෙතන කියලා තියෙනවා පේනවාද? යා කරලා තියෙනවා නම් ලකුණු 0.5ක් අඩු කරන්න කියලා තියෙනවා total එකේ. ඒ කියන්නේ හතරම හරි ගියත් 1.5යි හම්බෙන්නේ. Right? So be careful on those cases. And going for the sixth part, a document was created with the word processing software and it was formatted as indicated by the numbers from 1 to 4 below. Yes, so they are asking what kind of things that you need to use, what kind of tools that you are using to do the 1, 2, 3, 4 changes, right? Yeah, so for the first one, yeah, what is the difference that they have gone with? Green IT, is it the alignment? Let me check it from the paper, the copy that I have. Oh, it's been bolded, right? Is it? Yeah, it is been bolded. Yeah. So for the first one, it's going to be the H. For the second one, again, we can go with H. I don't know whether the green 90 is a little bit bigger than that. It's not that clear. My first line එකේ green 90 එක කලින් එකට වැඩිය size එකෙන් ලොකු වගේ පේනවා, like let's refer the marking scheme. What does it says? Yes, yeah. For the first one, they are using B, C, or B and C. That means C means increase in font, B means the bold, B or the right, okay. Yeah, they are not talking about the bold in part there, so it's not that clear. Right, take a copy of so this is either B or C. For the green ID, it is clearly H, we can see it clearly. For the third one, it's the F, right? The unordered list. For the fourth one, it's going to be a link. Does it have a link? It does not. An italic, that means I. All right, so yeah. 2, it is H, 3, it is F, 4, it is I. So 0.5 for each part, so 2 marks together. Moving to the 8th part, consider the following table with 4 statements created to the internet indicates by the letter P to S. Large collection of electronic documents, it's going to be www, so this is going to be the P. Transfer large files from one computer to another over the internet, FTP, file transfer protocol. This is going to be the Q. Transfer URL, translate URL to the IP address. It is done by the DNS. So this is going to be R. A protocol to access web page, definitely it is going to be S. So PQRS goes in the reverse way. Right? So P, it's www, Q, FTP, R, DNS, S, HTTP. So 2 marks if you got it correctly. Then the 8th part, consider the following table with tasks related to the editing and image and indicate by letters W to Z. So you are asked to match that. Selecting a part of the image based on its color. Yeah, it's going to be the 4th. This is going to be the 4th. Moving a selected part of the image, definitely the first one. Erase part of the image, second one. Change the color of a selected part of the image. Changing the color, so yes, of course, we can do it from the pen bucket. So it's going to be like this, W4, X1, Y2, Z3. Yeah, same as the marking scheme. Right, so the 9th one, we'll quickly go through this. Consider the given diagram, give an example each for hardware, application software, and liveware. So these are the things, it's an easy one, hardware, PC, tablet PC, smartphone, Raspberry Pi, smartwatch, smartband, printer, mouse, keyboard, any particular output device or particular device. Application software, you can tell any particular application that you can use, MS Office, Adobe Acrobat, OpenOffice, or any other application software, you know about it. And the liveware, you can't use operating system as the application software. Those are not the correct way. The liveware is, you can say a user, a person, a student, teacher, or any similar particular answer, right? So 0.5 for each example. So altogether 1.5 can be taken. And finally, they're asking what is indicated by the X. Now, X is the operating system. Identify and write down one component represented by X. X is going to be the OS. Okay, are we clear, people? So that is for saying X is OS, 0.5 marks is given. And the last one, consider the following program segment in Pascal write the output of the above program. So they say var num array 0.4 of integer. So in the memory, you are going to have an array with 5 items. Index are going to be 0 to 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is how it's going to be the array, right? So the array name is num. So it is a num 0 is 15. So that means you can put 15 over here. Num 2 is 18. 18 is over here. Now, this is referred by the index. Num 4 is 50. This is 50. Num 1 is num 4 plus 10. Num 4 plus 10 is 60. That is for num 1. That means over here. Num 3 is num 0 plus num 2. Num 0 plus num 2. That means 33. Num 3. Hold on, people. I think I have went wrong with num 1. So num 1, it says num 4 plus 10. That is correct. Num 3. Oh, no. I went okay, right? This is 33. So then it says write I equals 1 to 4. Do write ln num I. Now there you have to be careful, because write ln happens from num I divides by 1. Right? So write ln num 1, it says. So num 1 means this. Num 1 value is 60. So you are going to have 60. After that, I will become 2, then 18. After that, I will become 3, then 33. Then I will become 4. That's going to give you a 50. Right? So the answer is going to be 60, 18, 33, 50. Let's check the marking scheme as well. Yeah, it's going to be like this. So everything is okay. Must be written one after the other, right? Then only 2 marks. Otherwise, you are going to receive only 0.5 as it shows here. Okay, so people, that's the end of the first question of the second paper. So I'm going to end the session from this point for today. By next week, I'm going to discuss the second part as well as the first part of the 2017. So get ready, right, with 2017 first part. Right, so thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you on next week for the very same time.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much.